Hello and welcome back to Spyro 3, Part 26, and we are entering Midnight Mountain. First, we have some treasure to collect behind us, and now we'll get interrupted by Bianca.
She comes in on a rainbow?
Yep. She's been doing that all game, though.
There's a way to open a hidden portal to her lair, but it'll take some very strong magic. If you can find more of the dragon eggs, I think my magic will be strong enough to open the portal. I'll come find you when you have enough eggs, okay?
Why does the number of dragon eggs affect how powerful her magic is?
Because as it's been hinted and outright stated throughout the entire game, this used to be this entire world, the Forgotten World as it's now called, used to be littered with magic, freaking everywhere. But when the dragons left, all the magic went with them. So now, by hatching the dragons, we're slowly but surely increasing the amount of raw magic in this part of the world.
I see.
Oh, hi, Moneybags. I see you have a prisoner there. We'll be back for you.
We must be on the western edge of the Alps right now. No, the eastern edge.
It's a life-size space monkey action figure, complete with a fully operational laser.
Why would an action figure have a fully operational laser?
You've always had a weakness for helping silly little creatures, haven't you, Spyro? Oh, well, I suppose there couldn't be any harm in letting him out. Could there?
I mean, after all, menace doesn't ring quite as true when I have money in my hands.
Right, Moneybags. Here, let me show you what karma is.
Uh-oh, he's crazy.
Thanks, Spyro. Ooh, say, you ever see a bear dance?
Now dance.
No. Well, it's your lucky day. Check this out.
That wasn't dancing, that was just a running animation.
Yep.
Anyway, I heard all about how you've been fighting the sorceress and her armies and kicking all that butt, and I just wanted to say, huzzah, yippee, woohoo! Wish I could stay, but my homeworld's been overrun by Rhinox since I've been captured. If you happen to see the sorceress, tell her I'll be giving her dancing lessons real soon, know what I mean? You bet. Later!
So yeah, Agent 9 is a James Bond, Austin Powers, you know, a super soldier spy ripoff kind of character.
But he's not British.
Yeah, he's not British, but, you know, he's Texan, so there.
Texan.
Well, he's Elvis. He is Elvis Texan.
But Elvis is from Tennessee?
Yeah, but, you know, the whole southern drawl that he's got going on.
I did not detect a southern drawl.
Huh. Alright, maybe I'm an idiot.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's... I mean, you live in the Midwest, so maybe there's like maybe a little nuance that you picked up on that my eastern ear did not.
Or I could be an idiot.
That also is possible. She coughed up a butterfly.
Yes, she did.
And the butterfly flew away.
It was very sad for her.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Billy.
Billy. Your rescuer had to crash his head through a rock wall to save you.
Yes. I decided to make a Power Rangers joke with Billy. I'm not actually that big a fan of Power Rangers, but it felt appropriate.
When you ooze, you lose.
No, I did not make that joke.
Nah.
There's a poster out for it now, so it's no longer a rumor, but I've been hearing about the 2017, is it, reboot movie for Power Rangers? That's like, you know, live action and such.
Oh, of course.
I'm interested in it, but I'm not interested enough to really, you know, expound on it much more.
It just won't be the same. Not even because like the franchise has aged quite a bit, but also that they're going to use special effects, and the traditional Power Rangers movies were all practical effects.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure you'll find that the space fight with Ivan Ooze was, you know, mostly special effects.
Well, I noticed. I'm sure it's a combination of the two, because we're talking early '90s when, I mean, there was definitely digital editing was around.
I don't think so. I think you'll find that Ivan Ooze himself is actually 2000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think Turbo actually became a real thing in the TV series until about 2001.
Yeah. So, yes, my lack of Power Rangers knowledge is showing, and I must hide it. I must stow it away. But the point stands that it won't feel as fun, especially for the people who had watched the earlier Power Rangers movies for what they were worth. I mean, they're charming, but they're charming at times.
I don't actually like the Ivan Ooze movie or the other movie. Honestly, I don't think that they're that good.
Well, that not even in like a so bad it's good type thing.
No, they're cheesy certainly, but they're the wrong kind of cheesy. They're cheesy due to subpar writing.
Right.
They're not self-aware kind of cheesy, and I prefer self-aware cheesy.
As in, don't take yourself seriously, kind of cheesy.
Yeah, you know, like the Freddy versus Jason stuff.
You know, you're right. Freddy did kind of. Freddy
from Nightmare on Elm Street has always been self-aware cheesy, except for maybe the first movie. But like all the sequels,
yeah,
all the sequels are self-aware cheesy.
Yeah, the sequels, he became more of a practical jokester than an honest-to-God monster. Mm-hmm. The first Nightmare on Elm Street, he was dark, man. He was evil.
Mm-hmm. And this should be the last treasure for this level.
Yay.
Yep. 400 out of 400. We have all the eggs that are currently available to us, so now we got to go do Agent 9's level. Agent 9's level takes a while. We're spending the rest of the part there, and we won't even be done with it by the end of the part.
Well, darn. To Agent 9. Who succeeded Agent 8? Who succeeded Agent 7? Who succeeded Agent 6?
Agent 6 was a butt munch, though. We don't talk about him.
Wait, so this guy doesn't have a real name? He's just Agent 9?
No, he's just Agent 9. He works for the Professor specifically, but that's really all the backstory that we have on him, unless you read the manual. I think the manual denotes that the Professor was pretty much doing neocortex experiments, and Agent 9 came about as a result. But instead of, him rebelling against the Professor gave him a laser gun and said, "Here, go play."
Here, take this gun and point it at me while I explain you some shit.
So, a couple of things to note about Agent 9's control. He has about the same amount of jumping power as all the other characters, in general. I want to say it's a tad weaker than Spyro's, but about the same as Sheila's normal jump, and about the same as Bentley's normal jump. However, Agent 9 feels awkward to move around with, because if you'll notice, his animation is very, it's a very long walking cycle, at least when it comes to, the feet themselves.
Yeah, he's got janky-ass feet.
Yeah.
They're sticking out sideways.
His turn speed, on the other hand, is super quick, so there are good and bad parts about Agent 9's control. I personally don't have that big of a problem controlling Agent 9. I do dislike the gimmick, though, because since he's got a gun, you expect that all of your enemies are going to have projectiles of some form, and for the most part, they do. Thankfully, a majority of them are not difficult to beat, but if you get hit, you get knocked out of sniper mode, and while you're in sniper mode, you can't move.
So you have to exit sniper mode just so you can jump?
Yep.
Ah.
And move around and all the other things that everyone else can do.
Well, it doesn't sound terribly
It's not terribly difficult, except when you know, decide to go Rambo and ham your way through everything like this. You end up dying a lot if you try to Rambo everything. But the thing is, this level teaches you that you really want to Rambo everything. The longer you take in this level, the more enemies you have to kill.
There is a checkpoint after each of these encounters, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'd say just blow through this at the pace that you would like. You're basically playing a shooter right now.
Yes. Oh, and he can strafe too, and I don't remember if the game ever tells you about the strafe button.
The strafe would be extremely important. So that way you don't have to jump, you don't have to change.
You still have to
camera
jump,
modes.
but strafe gives you a little bit more mobility.
Yeah. I am trying my damnedest to think of a character who Agent 9 reminds me of. There's got to be at least one.
Doom Guy.
Who?
Doom Guy.
Who's Doom Guy?
The main protagonist of Doom.
But I've never played Doom long enough to learn any of the characters.
Dude! That's Centipede, that's Doom. What other 80s games have you not played?
Lots of them.
Heck.
E.T. The original
E.T.'s not
Legend
an
of
80s
Zelda.
Well, actually, E.T. is an 80s game. Okay. But at least you know that game exists.
Well, everybody who's been on the internet long enough has at least heard of it.
Yeah.
You know, after all, I mean, even if you're not necessarily looking for information, clickbait will give you information that you neither solicited nor really cared about.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm not doing in this level that I really should be doing is looking up at the ceilings, because there are a bunch of balloons with treasure in them on the ceilings that Agent 9 can snipe down.
But if they have treasure in them,
I'll be backtracking through this level to collect the rest of the treasure. Yes.
Ah.
We'll be doing that in the next part.
Professor, you really should consider closing your windows. These birds are quite ridiculously large. I can't imagine how you missed them.
The windows are closed. They still got in.
How? Spontaneous generation.
No, the birds do not spawn. Although apparently there's a hole in the generator because of what happens right here.
Agent 9, I'm not sure if this is a bird egg or dragon egg. What do you think?
Well, when we hatch it, we'll know now, won't we? It's a dragon egg.
He really looks like he's holding the gun right up to the dragon.
Generator back on. Hope no birds got in there.
Gravitonometric.
Yes. It measures the gravity in the room.
Gravitons.
Yes.
That's a lot of birds. 12. Shoot them. Make chicken of the birds.
Isn't it turkey?
Chicken or turkey, it is some kind of poultry. Always fully cook your poultry or other bird products, like duck.
Or you'll become contracted with salmonella.
Yes.
And then the salmonella reaper will attack you, and then you will have salmonella in your shoes.
Yes. Very uncomfortable.
The lab's clear.
Difficult to push out with your toes.
Better in here already. Follow me outside, where I expect we'll find some Rhinox wearing armor. You'll need a more powerful weapon to defeat them.
Somehow I felt comforted that the professor mentioned smells, because bird shit, chicken shit are some of the worst smelling shit on the planet.
Do we know why that is?
Nope. It's biology. I mean, there's certain chemicals in feces that makes them smell the way they do. We have identified them, so maybe they're in greater concentration, or they're just different chemicals.
I think it actually has to do with purity at that point, as opposed to concentration. You'll find that a bird's digestive system is much more streamlined than our own.
Yes, it is. It's very, very efficient.
This is the photon bomb. It controls relatively decently.
Hold
The thing
perfect.
that you have to remember, though, is that it arcs very, very specifically. And
Yep.
it has a maximum range.
It has a maximum range. Now remember, kids, stand perfectly still, take about 3 hits from the enemies, and then throw your weapon. Rinse and repeat.
This isn't Majora's Mask all over again, is it?
Wait, Link can throw, like, arcing bombs?
Well, yes, but he's been able to do that since Ocarina of Time.
Yes. I actually just realized as soon as I said.
What I'm trying to do here is throw this bomb, throw a bomb through the electric gate in order to disable the generator, so that we can go over here for this side area. You'll notice there's a counter that spawned down there.
For boats.
Yes, specifically Rhinox on boats.
Of course.
Another thing that you'll notice is my tendency to bomb open these pineapples. If you bomb all of the pineapples, you get a skill point for it. All the pineapples in the level, rather.
Variety.
Now, one thing the game will not prepare you for is that these Rhinox can actually shoot at you.